Hi, sweet ones. How y'all doing? It's been a very, very, very intense day today. How y'all doing with these energies? These energies today, you got Saturn going up against Pluto. Got a lot of volatile energies in the air, and it's bringing up a lot of intense emotions, dealing with abandonment, rejection, but most of all being wanted. Sweet ones, it's really helpful to understand that. Hi Adela, how you doing, beautiful? It's really helpful to understand that those of you on the awakening journey, a lot of the emotions that you're feeling right now are connected to the planet. And all of these feelings and emotions that are coming up, hi beautiful Teresa. This morning I woke up extremely early. I always get up early and meditate, but I woke up crying this morning. And not just a basic crying. I mean, I was crying and I couldn't understand why I was so angry. And with it came a really huge release for myself. And a lot of it was, I don't feel wanted. Not by my family, not by my children, not by anybody. And that is something that we've all dealt with at one point in our life. And right now, on the individual journeys, we've dealt with that. On a collective level, we've dealt with that. And what we're feeling right now is the planetary energies as they are being released from the planet, just as each of you had to on your individual journeys. Deal with your own inner wounds and hurts and deceptions, if you will, within yourself, and also collectively on the journey. Right now, it has to also be released from Gaia. And all of the energies of humanity over the course of all these hundreds of years of unworthiness, undeserving, hatred, racism, prejudice, unwantedness, everything has been put into Gaia, and right now Gaia is releasing that. So all these energies that each of you are going through, especially today, I made a post earlier, I think it was yesterday, that the next 36 hours are going to be intense. This will start calming down tomorrow afternoon, if you will. And it's really helpful to understand that Gaia is your inner child. And in order to heal Gaia, each of you individually had to, whichever word you want to use, heal your inner child. And right now, with Gaia releasing so much of these energies that humanity has put into her for thousands of years, right now, that's being released. Gaia is a living being. Gaia is a living consciousness. Just as each of you have felt rejected, abandoned, hurt, angry, abused, so too has she. And right now, all the feelings that each of you are dealing with, the majority of it is from the inner child, Gaia. You have abandoned her, you have abused her, you have not loved her, you have not wanted her over the course of thousands of years. And right now, Gaia is releasing those emotions, those feelings, those energies from her consciousness. And that is being released in each and every single one of you and through you. So as these emotions come up, and then in the next couple days, it'll start easing tomorrow. But as your hearts are cracked open, sweethearts, literally what's happening right now is your hearts are, the inner child Gaia is being cracked open. And what you're releasing is a lot of the energies from the planet. Love whatever arises. Peace is the truth, love is the way, sweethearts. And these energies today and tomorrow is asking you to surrender in love. And the way to surrender, sweethearts, is more than just allowing. Adela, the energies are very strong right now. You got Saturn, the planet, which is the lord of the underworld, in a square conjunction, opposition to Pluto, the planet of the destroyer planet, planet of destruction. It deconstructs anything that is not holy and pure. And so this is what is presenting itself for each of you to release. And with that comes the ego. Now, many of you, sweethearts, don't truly understand what surrender to spirit means. And it's more than just allowing. When spirit says jump, you're not supposed to ask how high. You're supposed to jump. And you let spirit tell you how high. Let me give you an example. There have been times throughout my journey where spirit has guided me to go someplace, guided me to travel somewhere. And many times it has not been convenient for me. But I've gone. Coming to Texas was one of those this time. All of my stuff is still in Spokane, Washington. But Spirit told me to go, and I said when, and Spirit says now. I said I can't go now. I got to go home. I'm 20 miles from home. I got to go pack clothes. I got to go this. I got to go do that. And Spirit says, no, you need to go now. You will be provided for in each and in every way. Those are just excuses. And so I did. I left. And like I said, all my stuff is in Spokane, Washington, and I'm sitting in Texas. And so when you surrender fully to Spirit, you surrender. And when Spirit guides you to do something, you don't come up with all the reasons as to why you need to wait to do it. You do it. That is total trust in Spirit. Your heart leads you somewhere. So many of you have been guided to relocate. And so many of you have not done so. And you haven't done so because your ego has gotten the better of you. Well, I don't have the money to move. I don't have a place lined up to move. You know, what am I going to do if I get there and I don't have a place? I got this, I got that, and you come up with every reason not to jump when Spirit guides you. And that's what total surrender is. You have to have ultimate, absolute faith and trust in Spirit and know Spirit is going to provide for you. And that is the greatest struggle right now with humanity, is totally surrendering to Spirit. And when you allow yourself to totally jump into the unknown, totally jump into absolute faith and trust in Spirit, you are provided for. You don't have to make decisions. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. You will find when you surrender yourself completely to Spirit, every decision is made for you by yourself, your higher self. Your heart, sweet ones, will never lead you wrong. Your soul will overcome, go around, jump through, whatever description you want to give it. Any obstacle that is in its way from getting the heart where it needs to be. And when you follow that inner guidance exclusively, and you allow yourself to let go of the humanness, the ego, the doubts, the fear, And that voice in your head that gives you every single reason as to why you can't follow Spirit. Everything does cost. However, when you trust Spirit, Spirit will provide for you regardless, Dean. That is the mind that keeps you. And money, unfortunately, is a must in this capitalistic world. You're right. Everything does cost. Except for Spirit. And Spirit will make sure you have absolutely everything you need. Good morning, Crystal Marsh. Or good evening, beautiful. And so, yes, the world operates around money. However, when you take that leap of faith, and faith is the truth of the trust you behold. And if you cannot fully surrender to Spirit in absolute faith and trust, then you do not have absolute faith and trust in you or God. In every way, regardless if it is food, whether it is shelter, whether it is money, whether it is love, whether it is clothing, regardless of what it is. When you totally surrender to Spirit, you are telling Spirit, I have absolute faith and trust that you will take care of me. And it's that lack of faith and trust totally and absolutely in Spirit, sweet ones, that make you feel abandoned, that make you feel rejected, that make you feel unwanted, unloved, undeserving, and unworthy. And that has nothing to do with Spirit. That has absolutely everything to do with your human ego. Because it is your human ego, it is the mind, the humanness, that convinces us not to have faith in that trust that you will be taken care of. Regardless if it is in a world based on money or not. Faith is the truth of the trust you behold. And if you cannot surrender fully to Spirit, knowing from within that you are protected, that you are safe, that you are taken care of in every single way, then I encourage you to ask yourself where you do not trust yourself. I encourage you to ask yourself, where do you lack faith, not only in Spirit, but in yourself? Your heart will never lead you wrong. Your ego will always lead you wrong. Your heart will never lie to you. Your ego will lie to you all the time. These energies, sweethearts, are asking you to absolutely and totally surrender to your heart, to Spirit, to your breath. Because you see, sweet ones, life is love, and love is life. And to truly live in the present moment, it's a necessity to totally surrender to Spirit and know that if you fall, Spirit's going to pick you up. That if you need a hug, that you're already being held in the arms of love. That if you feel unwanted, all you have to do is go within, and God will wrap himself, whichever it is for you, around your heart. I love you, beautiful. And so, sweet ones, allow yourself to release the lack of faith, the lack of trust. And know God's got you. You got this. And together we got this. Go back and remember and reread Footprints in the Sand. It's not your footprints walking there, sweet ones. It's your spirit carrying you. And that spirit is God. And in each and every moment, you are in the arms of God. You are in the arms of love. You are in the arms of spirit. And in each and every moment, you are being asked to have faith in the trust of Spirit's love. So allow yourself to release these energies. Allow yourselves to follow your heart. Because these energies are asking you to follow your heart, and they're telling you that at this point, in this moment, in this space and time continuum, that if you do not follow your heart and have absolute faith and trust in Spirit, that chaos is going to ensue. Dean, sweetheart, I'm going to read what Dean just wrote, sweet ones. Mental illness and having a disability makes it hard to be accepted and wanted instead of being judged and stigmatized. And why are some born more fortunate and born more talented than others? Not fair. Dean, I'm going to address this like this. Sweetheart, you got a lot of energy blockages within your energy. And the reason you're feeling and speaking what you're speaking is because it is presenting you opportunities to release those in love. Mental illness and having a disability makes it hard to be accepted. Yes, you're absolutely right from the human perspective. However, you are accepted and loved in every way, shape, or form by Spirit. I was on 54 pills a day and 5 shots of insulin. I take nothing now. I had lung cancer and I'm cancer-free now. I was brutally raped, Dean, and I'm totally healed. It is the mind that creates disease, not the spirit. And these energies are bringing this stuff up and all these feelings and all these judgments for each of you to release in love. And Dean, it is not the outside world that dictates. It's your emotions and how you feel within yourself. And that is what these energies are doing. And when you can look within yourself, instead of the outside world, you will discover the answers that you need, sweetheart. And if you are not able to do that, there are many life coaches out there. There are many empowerment coaches out there, and there are many healers out there that may help you. You just have to be willing to open yourself up. And until you do that, we are all holding space for you and loving you until you feel well enough to love yourself, sweetheart. Life is a miracle. There is no right or wrong, good or bad, or indifferent. There is no fair and unfair. All there is love. And the more you release, the more you will come to that understanding, sweethearts. And as these energies are asking you to release, allow yourselves to love whatever arises. Bless that which is that presents itself. And hold space for yourself and all others as they go through these challenging moments, because they are challenging. And right now you're being asked to be authentic in every way, good, bad, or indifferent. And you are being asked to surrender. Surrender to love. So allow yourself to feel the magic and follow your heart. Because as long as you don't follow your heart, you're going to find life is going to get a little bit more chaotic and a little bit more turbulent. And the longer you sacrifice your heart, sacrifice your love, you're going to find life is going to get a little more chaotic and a little more turbulent. And as long as you keep staying in relationships and staying in places and doing things how you've always done it, because you feel your kids need it, or your wife or your partners need it, or your ex-spouses need it, whatever it may be. The more you continue to reject your heart and reject your love, the more chaotic and turbulent life is going to become for you. Sweet ones, liken it to a straitjacket. And right now, the straitjacket is pulled as tight as it can be, and so another one's being added, and those strings are going to tighten it some more. So until all is released, amen, Adela. So until all is released from you back to the purity of love, and until each of you start following your spirit and following your heart, that straitjacket, those strings are going to keep being pulled. Crystal, sweetheart, it breaks everybody's hearts, but in the middle of that pain, of that heart being broken, the seed of pleasure has been born. And that's what needs to be focused on. All the negativity and hate and hurt in the world is being transmuted. And so when you see it, rather than focus on all the hate and racism and prejudice and chaos and turbulence, just bless it and send it love. And focus on how you want it to become versus what it is right in that moment. Because, Crystal, beautiful, it all starts in the energy and it works its way into form. And the only way to change the pattern of anything is to change the energy. So every time you see hate or hurt or racism or prejudice or judgment, bless it, love it, hold space, and create it to be different. That's how you change the world, sweethearts. You don't change it by participating in the chaos. You change it by creating different through love. So change, there's no right. Just is. And right now, love just is. Love is everything. And your hearts are being broke open so it can be unified through love. I love you, sweet ones. I'm holding you in eternal peace, grace, love, blessings, abundance, prosperity. And I'm here for you. And I'm holding space for you. Big, big, big hugs and blessings. I love you. Feel the magic. And allow that magic to bathe you. And comfort you. And nurture you. Just like all of us are. Good night, sweet ones. Have a great evening. Bye-bye now.